top dog, our top banana, and numero... Okay, that's enough of that. Let's just get on with it. Coming in the #1 spot when it comes to standout running shoes so far in 2021 is... Welcome back, folks. I'm Lloyd Purvis and this is Run4Adventure. Hope you are all fit and well out there and enjoying the content that we're producing here at the channel. If you're new to the channel, you haven't come across us before, then welcome. It's great to have you along. If you enjoy the video, why not hit the subscribe button just down there? It only takes a second to do. It's completely free. Come along and join the Run4Adventure family. We'd love to have you. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when we upload any new content. Can you believe, as you're watching this video, that we are already over halfway through July in 2021? I just can't believe how quickly this year is flying by since we come out of lockdown. So I thought it was about time at the channel that we did a video featuring my top 5 running shoes of the year so far. I really wanted to test and review as much product as possible this year to give our viewers, you lovely guys at home, as much enjoyable and helpful running related content as possible. Whenever we test shoes here, they're always thoroughly tested and we want to be really honest with our opinions on how the shoes, how the kit has performed over the miles we've put in it. So without further ado, let's dive into the video and let's go through the top 5 running shoes that have impressed me so far this year. So coming in at number 5 is an update to a trail running shoe that I really enjoyed running in and ran lots of miles in, and it never let me down in any situation. So it is SAUCONY's PEREGRINE 11. If you've followed the channel for some time now, you'll know I was a massive fan of the previous version of this shoe, the PEREGRINE 10. That shoe just performed well on everything for me. I ran it in lots of different weather conditions, over lots of different terrains, and I kept going on and on and on and on about how good that shoe was. And I'm sure you guys at home probably got fed up with me talking about it. The PEREGRINE 11, not quite as good as the PEREGRINE 10, but it's still been really consistent on everything that I've run the shoe on. The standout features for me when it comes to the PEREGRINE 11 have to be the Power Run midsole coupled with that Power Run Plus topsole within the shoe. Offers a really nice level of comfort underfoot for most distances. We can't talk about the PEREGRINE 11 without mentioning this brilliant outsole on the shoe. So you get this nice aggressive 5mm lug pattern, and then 5mm lugs are coated in the super sticky Power Track rubber from Saucony. You never doubt the level of traction on this shoe in any situation, and you feel really confident underfoot even when moving quickly in technical areas. And then under the outsole we've got the brilliant sort of rock shield, ballistic plate, rock plate, whatever you want to call it. One of the best rock plates I've ever had in a trail running shoe. We've got a nice breathable engineered mesh construction which gives you a very comfortable and durable upper. Good levels of protection around the toe box from this nice rubber bumper, a feature that I really look for in my trail shoes and I really like to have. But I think the main reason the PEREGRINE 11 had to make it on the list is because this is such a versatile trail running shoe and it can pretty much handle anything you throw at it, from dry summer trails to wet, boggy winter trails, rocky trails, wet or dry, and even sections of tarmac, and it will do all of the above really well, which is a really hard thing for a trail running shoe to do. Plus, you get all that versatility for a really good value price of £115. Next up on our list is a neutral road running shoe from ASICS, and I really think this is a shoe that has kind of slipped under the radar when it comes to its performance. You don't hear a lot of people talking about it, you don't hear a lot of people mentioning the shoe, but I think it's a really versatile road running training shoe, and it is the very colourful ASICS NOOSA Tri 13. This really impressed me when I tested and reviewed it earlier in the year, and I think for the price point of £120 and the fact that it's so versatile in its running, it makes it a great all-rounder. Then you've got the added bonus of this wicked design, the crazy bold colorways that the shoe comes in. I know it's not to everybody's liking, but I think the shoe looks great. I've run a big mix of sessions in the NOOSA Tri, from slow recovery runs all the way through to sort of tempo sessions and speed work, and the shoe has handled every session really well. The flight foam compound used in the midsole with this aggressive sort of rockered geometry feels very comfortable underfoot while moving at slower speeds, but then when you up the tempo and you push that pace, the shoe really does come alive with this aggressive rockered shape. It feels snappy, it feels light, it feels responsive, and it feels super efficient when you're pushing those paces and moving quickly. The upper feels super light, really airy and breathable around the foot, and you get a really good lockdown and hold around your midfoot thanks to the gusseted tongue in the shoe. Internally in that upper, it feels super plush inside, so no issues running this shoe sockless if you're competing in triathlon. Speaking of triathlon, the shoe comes with some great little features aimed at the triathlon market, from this really sort of substantial heel loop on the back of the shoe, rubber grippers on the tongue there, so things that are really going to help you get them shoes on quickly as you pass through transition. And the shoe even comes with a pair of matching elastic laces. Great idea and brilliant attention to detail. Clearly ASICS, hence the name, are aiming the NOOSA Tri 13 at triathlon, but you really don't have to be a triathlete to wear it. It's just a very good value, really versatile shoe that will cross over to every aspect of your running. In at number 3 is another trail running shoe, but this time round it is a brand new shoe model from the guys at Salomon. So it is there, very hard to get hold of because there isn't enough stock. Ultra Glide, a new deeply cushioned rockered midsole trail running shoe that's been designed for running long distances over a big mix of different terrains in changing weather conditions. Back in the early days of my trail running journey, I was a big fan of Salomon shoes, and it was pretty much the only brand that I would head out on the trails in. But I have felt over the years and over time, the midsoles have just got firmer and firmer when it comes to the cushioning, and I did start to move away from the brand because I just wanted a bit more protection and a bit more comfort underfoot, especially when I was running long. But I'm glad to say that has all changed now, and Salomon are back with a bang with the Ultra Glide. It really does offer that nice balance between cushioning, comfort and connection out on the trails, with this energy surge cushioning in the midsole, and we've got that nice efficient rockered geometry, really good levels of grip from this new Contagrip MA rubber on the outsole, and then we got a pretty good depth of lug that's going to give you good traction and cross over to lots of different types of terrain, and it should be just about deep enough for all year round running. You get that kind of standard Salomon feel from the upper, so we've got a nice level of cushioning and padding around that heel collar and in the gusseted tongue of the shoe, and then you get that great Salomon sort of lockdown around your midfoot, so no lateral or medial slippage even when you're running in technical areas. So all in all, a very comfortable and breathable place to be when you're putting in the long miles. The only thing I would say is the Ultra Glide comes with Salomon's speed lace system, so if you're not familiar with that, we've got no sort of conventional running shoe laces. We've got this cord system with this plastic housing that slides down and then locks into place. Once you're used to that speed lace system, it's actually a really efficient and easy way of getting in and out of your shoes. Once you've locked it down, we've got a little pocket in the tongue of the shoe where you tuck that lace away so you don't catch it or snag it on anything when you're running. All I will say is that pocket maybe isn't the best thought through pocket or placed the best on the tongue. It can be quite awkward to get the lace tucked away once you've locked it down. It has got a bit easier as I've used the shoe more, but still a little bit awkward if I'm honest. Putting all that to one side, I really have enjoyed running in this trail running shoe, and it's one of them shoes that when I put it on I get all excited about going out and hitting the trails. We gave the Ultra Glides a thorough testing when we used it the other week at the Salomon Serpent Trail 50k. We also made a video of that race. If you haven't seen it, it really does highlight what a great event it is, what an awesome atmosphere there is at the Salomon Serpent Trail. There's a link in the description if you want to check out the video. but it was really challenging, muddy, boggy, wet, waterlogged conditions on the day. And I've got to say, the Ultra Glides handled it all really well. So we are getting ever closer to that top spot. I wonder what shoe is going to take first place on our list. But first up, in second place, is the brilliant Endorphin Trail. Oh, sorry, wrong shoe. Coming up in second place is the brilliant Endorphin Speed, a neutral, lightweight, super responsive TPU plated road shoe from SAUCONY. This has to be one of Saucony's most successful shoes of all time, and in fact, I haven't come across any runners that haven't really enjoyed their experience running in the Endorphin Speed. Starting off with that brilliant midsole in the shoe, and it is constructed using Saucony's high energy returning Power Run PB compound. Definitely one of my most favourite compounds in a running shoe. And then worked into that midsole, you also get their speed roll technology, which again is pretty much close to perfection when we talk about rockered midsole geometry. The upper of the shoe is really well fitted, but it's nice and light and airy, and it kind of gives you that no shoe feel, which I love in a running shoe that you're going to be running fast in. The Endorphin Speed makes up part of the Endorphin road running range. So you have the top level shoe, the carbon plated racer, the Endorphin Pro, but you also have the Endorphin Shift, so a slightly heavier, more cushioned daily trainer, and the Endorphin Speed fits snugly in the middle of those two shoes. It's been developed to handle all those quicker sessions you throw at it through the week, so your tempo runs, your intervals, your speed sessions, but it will also cross over to that nice, comfortable, cushioned, extremely responsive race day shoe. And I personally think it is the standout shoe of that Endorphin lineup. So if you are looking for a quick training shoe that you're going to cross over to race day as well, and you haven't come across the Endorphin Speed before, I would definitely recommend checking it out. So that's the top four, but drum roll please, we're going to announce our top dog, our top banana, and numero... Okay, that's enough of that. Let's just get on with it. Coming in the number one spot when it comes to standout running shoes so far in 2021 is Nike's VAPORFLY Next Percent 2. When I tested and reviewed the VAPORFLY earlier in the year, it was actually my first experience of Nike's VAPORFLY Next Percent technology, so I really didn't know what to expect from the shoe. I'd obviously heard lots of great things about that original version, but I really didn't know what to expect. I had run and tested the AlphaFly Next Percent, and if I'm honest, I really didn't get on with that shoe. I actually ended up selling it because it caused me a few foot issues. And I just found the shoe felt really odd and unstable, and every time I put it on, it was like I was learning how to run again. It just didn't feel like a running shoe to me. It was more like running on an unstable trampoline. But that was definitely not the case with this Nike Speed Machine. In fact, as soon as I put it on my foot and laced it up, I kind of knew that this shoe was going to feel pretty special. And then when I started running in it, within the first mile, it was kind of a mind-blowing moment. First of all, it felt a lot more like a running shoe than the AlphaFly ever did, and it felt a lot more stable, a lot more planted underfoot, especially going round tight bends, and it felt fast. And when I mean fast, I mean really fast. Weighing in at a super light 230 grams in a men's UK 9.5, having this ultra light, super breathable strip back upper, it really does feel like the shoe kind of disappears when you put it on your foot. Great attention to detail with these notched laces that really lock that midfoot down in the upper, and they don't come loose when you're running the miles in the shoe. And then we got to talk about the brilliant ZoomX compound in that midsole of the shoe. Worked into that midsole, obviously we got Nike's carbon plate technology. The shoe feels super comfortable underfoot, high energy returning, and if I'm honest, it kind of does feel like you're cheating a bit because the shoe just feels so quick and so efficient. Obviously, the original version of this shoe was released by Nike with lots of hype surrounding it, with Nike being the original hype beasts. But it was a very popular race day shoe for the majority, and you'd quite often see that shoe dominate in the first few rows on race day. So I'd heard so much great feedback about that original shoe. I knew if Nike released an updated version, I had to get a pair to test and review at Run4Adventure, and I was so glad I did. I can't really fault this shoe when it comes to the performance. You know, it fits like a glove, it's highly breathable, very comfortable over distance, and it is super quick. I really can't wait to race this shoe over marathon distance to see what I can achieve. The only downsides to the shoe is, one, it is pretty narrow, especially when it comes to the midfoot of the shoe. It cuts in really tight, which for me is no issues. I haven't got an overly wide foot shape, so it actually fits me really well. And obviously the other one is it costs over £200, which is definitely a lot of money for a running shoe, that's for sure. The way I kind of justify it is it's my race day shoe, so I ain't going to do a lot of running in it. I'll probably do a couple of structured sessions in it before the marathon, but to be honest, I don't do a lot of road racing, so I should get a good few years of use out of the shoe. So there it is, top spot is taken by Nike's VAPORFLY Next Percent 2. To be fair, it was a close battle with the Endorphin Speed, but I think the Nike shoe just had a little bit more wow factor. It's going to be really interesting to see when we redo our top 5 towards the end of the year if any of the shoes that are on it now are still on that list. And I kind of have a sneaky suspicion that a couple of shoes will probably still be on there. We've just managed to pick up a pair of the highly rated New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel V2, a shoe that I've heard so much great feedback about. We had to get a pair to test and review at the channel. Can't quite believe how light it is, how stripped back this upper is, and how soft this fuel cell compound is in the midsole. Amazing for a daily trainer. Really looking forward to getting these on my feet this weekend and getting some miles in this shoe. But that is a wrap on another video at Run4Adventure. Really hope you enjoyed it, guys. Don't forget to like and share the video and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. You can also follow us on our other social media platforms, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, or Strava. I've left links below for all the shoes that are featured in our top 5 if you want to find out any more information about them. And it would be great to get your feedback, guys. Have you run in any of the shoes in our top 5? How have you found them to perform? And what's your standout shoes so far for 2021? Let us know in the comments below. But for now, guys, thanks for watching. It's always appreciated. We will see you back at the channel very soon. And as always, stay safe and keep on running.